Hello everyone and welcome to bonus classes. Today we are going to have a very quick revision of the poem Tithonus, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. In this poem, we see a man named Tithonus is granted immortality by goddess Aurora, the goddess of dawn, and Tithonus pleads for death as he ages eternally, trapped in a decaying body while watching the world renew itself around him. So Tithonus asks for immortality but not eternal youth. So he is consumed by his own aging while the dawn goddess remains youthful. So this poem will explore the tragic consequence of a flawed wish for eternal life. So let's have a quick recap of the introduction of the poet, right? So Alfred Lord Tennyson is the poet. So he was one of the greatest and the chief representative of the Victorian era in poetry, and he has left an everlasting mark in the history of English literature. So what was the writing style that he employed in his writing? So his poetry employs vivid and romantic imagery to create powerful visuals. Tennyson frequently draws inspiration from the nature and natural elements to convey human emotions and experiences. He employed a wide range of styles and had a profound understanding of meter and rhyme scheme. So now let's quickly have the background of the poem. So Tithonus was born, okay, he was a prince of Troy, son of king of Troy, Laomedon, and his wife Strimo. He is often used in literature as a symbol of the desire for eternal life and its consequences. So Tithonus was first written under the title Tithon in 1833. It was written shortly after the death of Tennyson's friend Arthur Hallam to express the peculiar nature of his own emotional injury. So what was the setting of the poem? So the setting of the poem Tithonus is primarily the mysterious gleaming halls of morn. So it is just something talking about the place, the location. The celestial and mystical palace is described as the ever silent spaces of the east. It is placed high above the earth with far folded mists. It can also be called a paradoxical place in the divine domain of Olympic gods, where Tithonus, a mortal being, meets Aurora, the goddess of dawn. The theme that will come across, okay, this poem, the main themes that are being highlighted here are the desire for immortality, regret and reflection, the certainty of death, then human vulnerability, and the transitions of beauty and youthfulness. What are the relevance of the poem? So, human desires for unchecked impassions and their consequences. Accept life with all its beauty and glory as well as with all its limitations. Human desires have led to world wars, complex mechanical and technological life. So now let's have the overview of the poem. So what is all about this poem? The poem Tithon is a dramatic monologue of classical Greek hero Tithonus, a mortal prince of Troy. The poem describes the sorrow of Tithonus, who is granted immortality by his lover Aurora, the goddess of dawn. The poem Tithonus begins with a melancholic and regretful tone, where Tithonus laments on the transitory nature of life and inevitability of death. Tennyson depicts the never-ending progression of time that leads to death, decay, and decline as a natural occurrence for all natural things. The Tithonus, okay, here the main character Tithonus narrates his past and share his request for the gift of immortality to be able to be with Aurora forever, which she readily grants him, but he forgets to ask for eternal youth. Now, having been aged beyond recognition by his longevity, Tithonus yearns to be released from his endless life and finds peace in death. However, even God, it would seem, cannot undo Tithonus' immortal gift, even though it has now become more of a curse for him. All Tithonus can do is lie coldly in the warm arms of Aurora and long for death. So now the last recapitulation. A mythological love story between a human being, Tithonus, and goddess Aurora of Dawn. So, Goddess of Dawn, a dramatic monologue of a classical Greek hero Tithonus, a mortal prince of Troy. So, this describes the sorrow of Tithonus, who is granted immortality by his lover, Aurora, the goddess of dawn. Tithonus narrates his past and shares his request for the gift of immortality. He forgets to ask for the eternal youth along with it, and thus yearns to be released from his endless life and find peace in death. Several themes have been employed in the poem to relate to the uh, current obsession of human beings to be powerful. So if you like the video, please do like, subscribe my channel, and share to your friends. Thank you.